guys, it's Camryn here, back with another video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn those post notifications on so that you don't miss an upload. Welcome back, guys. For today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys some of my #1 tips for online classes. I've been in online classes for 2 weeks now and it kind of sucks, but I've come up with some techniques and tips that have helped me stay on top of all my work and just get through it with a positive mindset and just not be super stressed out. It is a very stressful and scary time for all of us, and online classes is a huge change, but there is a lot of adjusting to do, and I have some tips on how to adjust and things to do to keep yourself motivated. So if you guys want to hear my tips, make sure to keep watching this video. My #1 tip is to have a comfortable workspace. So by comfortable workspace, I mean somewhere where you are going to have enough space to do any of the work you may need, a clean workspace, a space that you're going to feel comfortable in. So for me, a comfortable workspace is somewhere where it's clean, somewhere with a large enough space to be able to fit all my books, my laptop, anything I might need. I need to be able to fit it right in front of me. So my desk in my room, for example, is way too small. I also don't like to work in bed, and I also don't like to work somewhere where it's uncomfortable to sit and write and I have to lean over and write. I like to have somewhere where it's leveled, where I can easily write. I don't work as well when I'm not comfortable in my workspace. Find whatever your comfortable is and make sure that your workspace matches that comfort that you want. You also want to make sure that your comfortable workspace is not too comfortable. So like I said, working in bed sometimes can be bad because you can end up falling asleep or watching TV or just being too comfortable where you don't get your work done. You also want to make sure where you're working is quiet. I have to work in my kitchen because that's where I have the most space, and sometimes it's not the most quiet place, which kind of stinks and it makes it hard for me to focus. But I've talked to my family to work out a plan where I can do my work down there for certain hours of the day, and they'll make their breakfast and stuff before I have class or after or whatnot. You also want to make sure that in that workspace you have no distractions. If you're going to be in your bed and your TV's right there and you know you're going to end up on your TV, don't work in that workspace. Work somewhere where there's no distractions, which is why I work in the kitchen. With me, a big distraction can be messiness because I want to clean it. You also want to make sure that your comfortable workspace is your designated workspace. It's good to have one designated workspace to work in just because it builds up a routine for you. You know that that's comfortable for you and you know you're motivated working there, so it's good to continue working in that space. So the second tip that I have for you guys is to get up and get dressed and actually look decent. Yes, we are spending our days at home doing nothing and we're not leaving the house. And I'm not saying that you have to put a full face of makeup on or look cute or wear a cute outfit, but actually just get out of your pajamas. I'll literally get out of my pajamas and put on workout clothes, put on sweatpants and a t-shirt, put on leggings and a hoodie. Like, yes, they're comfortable clothes. They're very equivalent to pajamas because your pajamas might be sweatpants, but I'm just saying change out of your pajamas. Just changing into different clothes gives you that mindset that okay, I'm not gonna lay in bed all day. I'm not in my pajamas. I'm dressed for the day, I'm up for the day, and I'm ready. I always like to say look good, feel good. I might not look that cute because my face isn't beat, my hair's not done, but I look presentable for the day if I don't look like I just rolled out of bed. I definitely recommend doing work ahead of time, and the reason that I say that is because a lot of teachers will post discussion boards or will take your questions at a certain time, and it's good to have your work done ahead of time so that you can ask your questions ahead of time, and then those questions can be answered during your class time. Also, you want to utilize that online class time. It's important to actually go on the class. If it's not mandatory, I definitely recommend still going on, asking your questions, paying attention, because if your teacher is providing class time and saying it's not mandatory, it is really nice to actually go on. You're paying money for that class, and also you'll do so much better if you actually go and ask your questions. So the next one is to start a routine. It's important to still have a set routine. Still plan out your day. Tell yourself you want to do this, and this today. Have a plan for the day. If you keep a routine, you're going to be so much less stressed. So it is important to actually know when you want to actually do certain things. I would recommend actually setting an alarm in the morning. It doesn't mean set an alarm for 8 a.m., 7 a.m. That just means set an alarm for even if it's 10 a.m., just so you know you can get up at the same time every day and start your day at that time or around that time, and know that you're not just sleeping till whenever you feel like it, because I feel when you set an alarm, you know you're more disciplined to actually get up out of bed. But when you just sleep all day, once you wake up, you don't want to do anything and you're just lazy. Wake up at a certain time every day, even go to sleep at a certain time every night. My sleep schedule has been so off lately, so I definitely need to work on this one 100%. Tip number 5 for you guys is to continue using your planners, your to-do lists, all that kind of stuff. I've talked about my planners and my to-do lists in so many videos, but my tip for you guys is to continue doing that during this time. Write out when you have your homework assignments, write out when you have things to do. Obviously, we don't have work to write down or events to write down, but even for example, I write down when I want to film YouTube videos. You can literally write down, okay, this night is designated to call this person. This night is designated for family game night. Like, plan out your life as much as you can, because at least you'll feel like your life is kind of together. So make your to-do list for the day. If you know that you want to clean your closet and you have class and you want to do this one essay or something, like, plan out that you're gonna do all that in one day. So number 6 is time management. Make sure that you are managing your time good. And it's a little bit different than what I said before, just because, like, you just don't want to wait till last minute to do things, because you want to actually give yourself time to relax. I know I'm not trying to say, like, take away from the horrible situation that's going on, but I'm definitely trying to see the positive in all this. We all always want a break and we want time to just relax, and we definitely have that right now, which is great. You have the time to just watch TV or read a book, and I just feel like if you have good time management with your schoolwork and your online classes and stuff, that you'll actually have that time to just relax later on in the day. The next tip that I have, tip number 7, is to take breaks and to not overwork yourself. Taking breaks is so important. So you don't want to be sitting at your computer working all day. Give yourself a break. Go eat your lunch and don't do your work while you're eating your lunch. Like, actually take your lunch break. Giving yourself breaks is just really important, because I feel like your work gets done so much more efficient, and it also gets done so much faster if you actually give yourself breaks, because then you won't feel urged to take those breaks while you're actually doing your work. Overworking yourself can really cause a lot of stress, and you don't want to do that to yourself. So only push yourself to a certain extent. Never push yourself past your limits. The next tip, tip number 8, is to put your phone away. Your phone is a huge distraction, whether that be while you're in online classes, while you're doing work. It's so important to just put the phone away, because you'll get all your work done and then you have that time to relax later on. And also, just, it's good to be off your phone sometimes. Sometimes you need to, like, detach from the media and from everyone else and just be on your own, you know? I feel like with online classes, a lot of people aren't taking it seriously. Treat it like it's a real class. Don't be on your phone in class. Like, think of it as your teacher can see you the whole time. They're in front of you, and that's, like, disrespectful to them to be on your phone the entire time. I know we all do it sometimes. It's definitely probably more of a habit to do now that we're in, like, online classes, because you literally are allowed to pick up your phone whenever you want. Like, most teachers won't really yell at you because you don't even have to have your camera on the whole time most of the time. Tip number 9 for you guys is to stay in contact with your professors. It's really important to ask your professors your questions, like I've talked about a few times, and just to stay in contact with them. Make sure that there's something you don't understand, just ask them. They're there to help you. And even with that, stay on top of your grades. If you realize something's wrong in the grade book, contact your professor. I contact my professors anytime I have an issue. Like, I'll usually ask somebody in my class, but I'll also ask my professor, because I feel like you should always get it firsthand from the professor. It's just important to do. So the last tip that I have here is tip number 10, and this is something that I really need to work on, but it's basically kind of going with starting a routine, but a little bit different, is to have time to get household things done first. So yes, we're going to have online classes and we have certain times that we need to do certain assignments, but some of us get distracted by messes in our house and things that we see lying around. So me, for example, like I said, I like to work in the kitchen, and when I see the sink is full with dishes, I get very stressed out and I'm like, I have to clean it right now, and I go and clean, and I miss out on time that I need to be doing work. Or my Zoom class will start and I'll go in it like late, or I'll be in it with it muted and then actually like jump on what they're doing like 5 minutes late because I'm busy cleaning the dishes. So designate a time to do your household chores and things like that ahead of time, so that you don't need to do it during your classes or during your assigned work times that you want to actually work. So those were my 10 tips for helping you guys with online classes. I really hope that it actually helps you guys. I definitely have a lot to work on too. It's a really, really huge change, and it's okay to not be able to do all of these things, or at least do them right away. None of us were expecting this. Everything just took a turn super fast, and it's stressful and it's really difficult to adjust. And when we literally are in our houses all day, it's kind of hard to start a routine, but definitely slowly work towards it, because it is important just for the mind and the soul and for the productivity, to do better in school, to be more positive, motivated, happy, everything. It's just better all around, but it is definitely difficult. So it's going to take some time. We're all going to work on it together, but I really hope that all of these tips helped you guys. I hope that you guys may actually use them, and I also hope that you all are doing okay. I hope you all are staying healthy, happy, and safe, and I hope that you all are doing well with your online classes. If anybody needs any help with anything, or has any things they need advice with, or just any questions to ask me, feel free to ask. I'm definitely here to help and support anyone during this time. It is a sad time. Anxiety's heightened, stress is heightened. Everything will get better soon. There is light at the end of the tunnel, so just keep that in mind. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.
Put your head on